Hello and welcome to First Steps in Forex.com. Today's the 4th of January 2011, so Happy New Year to everybody. And today we're looking at the Euro-Dollar daily chart. Now, I haven't traded since just before Christmas, so I've taken off all the indicators and things that I had on there and what I had done before, and we're starting off with a fresh chart. Let's first take a look at what happened during the whole year. If I zoom out, let's just have a quick look at what happened in 2010. Zoom out again, and as you can see, let's see if 2010 1st of June, first trading day was here, and we finished just about. Last day was there. Now, if you look at it, 1st of January 2010 we were around the 14439 and we finished it at around 13260, so we dropped quite substantially during the year. But look, we we dropped from that high of 14585 down as low as 1853, and we bounced all the way back up to 14281 and came back down to 13064. It was a very volatile year. We went up and down, and if you look at it, you could have made an absolute fortune on some of these moves. That's what I love about Forex. It trades in big moves. Some of these currency pairs can get into a trend, and you can jump on that trend and you can play it all the way down. Sometimes you get stopped out, but you just get back in again. If you understand what's going on in the world at the time, then you can see the huge issues. Most of these problems were caused from the euro were caused by issues with what was happening in Europe, in countries such as Greece and Ireland and Spain, Portugal to a certain extent, just general worries about the euro even breaking up completely. And as you can see, we had a big drop during the early part of the year, then halfway through we had a reversal, and then we dropped again. So that's the beauty of Forex. It moves in big moves. It's very volatile, and I see no reason to believe that this will not continue during the next year, because there's a lot of pressure on the euro. There's still a lot of issues in Europe. But dollar's seen as a safe haven. There's a lot of worries around the world at the moment. How are we properly out of the recession from 2009, or could we drop back down again? The economic recovery around the world is a little bit, it's not perfect. There's still a lot of nervousness out there, and if people are nervous, the ultimate safe haven is the dollar. That's what people perceive, or commodities like gold. So we could see. My belief is, although this is just my belief, that the euro will drop further next year. Because the US dollar will be seen as a safe haven. But during that journey down over the next 12 months, it's going to be bouncing up and down like it did in 2010 in big moves, I'm sure. And that's an advantage to us. Okay, so that's sort of a view of last year. Let's zoom in again to see what's going on here this year, or in the last few days since we started. So that was the beginning of the year. Now, we obviously had a downward trend, which was broken through in early December, but then went down a little bit after that, and you could even, maybe even draw another trend line, just adjust this trend line to around here. So it hit 1, 2, 3, and burst through the 4th point. And it was clearly, a new upward move. If you look along this line here, we're looking for pivot areas. You see this pivot area here? Let's draw it in. This is a pivot area. It's an area of support and resistance. So this price bounced off this level. This price level was resisting the price going up. So it bounced off, and then broke through. It also was an area of support here because it bounced off from there as well. It happened there, and it repeated there. So this level around the 13070 mark is historically an area of resistance and support, a pivot area, and you can see here that it just couldn't break through, and eventually it gave up and launched up again. So it was a nice upward move from here. Okay, and a new sort of small upward trend is beginning to form. Whatever areas, well, there's another support and area here, another pivot area here. See, it bounced off here, bounced off there. The more times it does it, the more powerful it is. So here we go again. And notice we burst through that support and resistance area, that pivot area, bounced, came back down, went back up, back down again, and now we're just coming back down again. We're close to a round number as well, the 13300 mark. So this area is a previous support and resistance pivot area, plus it's close to a round number, which reinforces it. So this could provide a new support area for the price to carry on up, or if it breaks down, if there's a clear breakdown, then we'll move down to the next level. What about our Fibonacci? Well, let's have a look. Where have we been? The nearest lows, well, the last recent low was over there, so let's all the way up to that high. And there's a 0.618 resistance level there, Fibonacci not resistance level, Fibonacci retracement level there, roughly around the same place. Okay, but apart from that, there wasn't really much, from that low to that high, coming back down. I see now. Look here. Sorry, I didn't notice this. 78.6%. It bounced straight off that and went back up. So just see how key these Fibonacci areas can be. And look, we bounced up to the 0.5, then we reacted against it. 50% retracements for euro-dollar moves are quite significant. So it's worth taking into account. Okay, it's important to understand that the 0.5, the 50% move is quite significant in the euro-dollar and Fibonacci retracements. So this area is also another support and resistance area, not just because of our 50%, but because in the past it's bounced off. It bounced off here, 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 here. So that's an important area as well. So you can see we had different bands of pivot areas where historically prices were reacted to. Okay, now currently at the moment we're smack in the middle of it. Okay, we bounced off this one, came up to here. We seem to have bounced a little bit off this one. We had an inside bar pair here. Okay, we had a doji, which kind of suggests a reversal, but then we went higher again. We bounced off this support and area, and today it's proving to be, we haven't closed the day yet, so we can't really comment really until tomorrow, but it's looking fairly negative. Could that be a final reversal like we had here? To see it bounced off this support, now it could be bouncing off resistance and finally break down. Difficult to tell. Currently, right now, we can't do anything on the euro dollar. I don't recommend euro dollar. If I had a preference, I would be going short. But we've got a trend line here, so it might bounce off this trend line and carry on up. We've got it bouncing off here. There's too many things opposing each other, and not really enough of a conjunction. We're smack in the middle of these two pivot areas. We've got a trend line, etc. to take into account, as I've said. So for the moment, I'm staying out of the euro dollar. I'm not going to do anything. Okay. Anything else I can spot? There's other areas maybe of support and resistance up here, and when we get closer to them we'll draw them in. We go back, let's zoom out a little bit. As you notice, this area was also seen here and here and here. Okay, and so forth. So it's repeated way back in the business. Let's look at the 1 week chart to take an even broader view. You can see, look here, back in, well, when was this? We had a high back on the end of 2009. We dropped right back. I'd be interested to see the Fibonacci for that one. Let me take it off that high and take it down to that low. it was approaching the 78.6%, but not really, hadn't really connected to it. So maybe not so much of a useful one there. But you know, we've got an interesting trend here on the weekly chart, potentially. Started there. Here, bounced here, 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 here. Okay, it went over it there, but it's also bounced off it here. So, you know, so that's why it went straight back down again over here over last week. So, you know, it gives me the suspicion that the euro dollar is going to continue to drop for the moment. Because once again, if you look at the economic factors at the moment, people are nervous about what's going on in the world. They're nervous about the euro, so it's likely that the US dollar will continue to rise. Okay, so let's come back to the daily chart. And at the moment, as I said, I'm not going to trade, not going to open a trade until I know it's broken through that trend line there, or it bounces up above this support and resistance area. Okay, I'm not going to make a move for the moment. Okay, so that's it for today, the 4th of January 2011. Don't forget to check out my website, www.firststepsinforex.com, so you can access my free ebook and videos to show you how to get involved in trading Forex and make a good income. Okay, thank you very much for your time, and we'll speak again. I'll put up another video in a few days. Happy New Year again. Bye bye.